Hey guys, what's going on? Another live stream, a busy Monday. Today we're going to be checking out the entirety. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Not the entirety. We will be listening to selections from Kirby Star-Crossed World, which is really exciting because I have been wanting to. This is the DLC for what's it called? Kirby and the Forgotten something. Kirby and the Forgotten. Yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's what it is, if I recall. So anyway, I'm really excited for this one. I've been playing a little bit of Forgotten Land in my spare time, and it's been awesome. We don't have a thumbnail yet, which super sucks, but we'll hopefully get that very soon today. Sorry, I'm just fixing my cast, or not my cast, my brace. Okay. All right. Let's I've heard nothing but good things. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? Hold on. Got to make a note. All right, excellent. Grab this. Doop. All right. Hello. All right, let me pin this. Boop. All right. Of course, this is a Patreon tier from the Romeo and Juliet tier. So this is courtesy of Ikorika, who requested this track, which is really cool. I'm really interested in this. So let's dive in. Here we go. Bless the Plains with Song. This is what it starts with. Full credits karaoke song. That's okay. Da-dee-da-dee. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da. You know what's interesting is that even though that was you know, very pleasant. There was some like laughter in it, and like it was bright and like very effervescent and relaxed. Well, we ended up getting. Wait, did this just come out recently? Oh no, I'm sorry, my brain. One of the things that I really liked is oh, you're fine, Rocky. You don't have to say sorry. Don't worry about that at all. One of the things I really liked in that piece was how it retained the rock elements, and it retained that feeling of stress. And I don't know, like it's interesting how the rock elements, I think, speak on momentum and propulsion and going through something, while the singing is very like lullaby like. And so you get this juxtaposition of like having to plant your feet on the ground and go to work and get it done, but then also the joy of doing it at the same time. I don't know. It's such an interesting juxtaposition, because you usually don't sort of da di da 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 da. That lilt is not so. I don't know. It's just had a real interesting balance there. All right, we're gonna be stopping and starting with this one about probably 3 times. Meteor Shower's Arrival. Oh, ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba da da do di do. Da da da. Wait, so is that Hilltop Zone? Is that what that's called? Hold on. Is that this? No, wait. What's this track called originally? Ba da dee da ba da ba. Be da dee da ba ba beep ba. What's that? What track is that? No. It's gonna bug me. Does anybody know? That's the main Forgotten Land main theme. Oh. Yeah. So it's interesting how in this particular version we use vocals. Everything is so cool. So if we, in the cover of this, there's ice involved, there's a snowy landscape, there's frozenness and whatever. And I actually think that the vocals end up producing that twinkling sound, but also notice how like slow and less like, it's certainly not fast, right, at all. The lilt is much slower, even though it still has some playfulness in it, but also the instrumentation compared to the first version is different. So you hear how this is like, you know, sea in your face, whatever, right? The sun is in your face, the wind, the sea breeze. This one is... So I actually like the rhythm in this a bit more than in the original main theme, because there's a little bit more impetus. There's a little bit more forward momentum. Boom bam beam bam 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 bee ba ba bee ba bee ba 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 bee ba. A little bit more of a forward hit that I think is really satisfying. And the soprano singing there is also really cool because it adds a layer of like danger and or mystery to it that I think is really nice. There's a I mean, she's essentially I don't think she's being doubled. Hold on, let me keep this up. Yeah, like right there, there's that rhythm. Dum dum dee da dee da da dee da da dee da dee da 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 dee da. So that hit there is much more like we've got to do this. You know what I mean? And I find it interesting how rhythm can create momentum in tension and in stress, and in telling an audience that like the things are heightened now. You know what I mean? Da, 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 da. Yeah, isn't that cool? The way that the rhythm goes, it actually creates there's tension in that. Ba beep ba 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 beep ba 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 beep ba. That's like, are we gonna be able to pull this off? You know what I mean? It's way less playful than the previous version. There too. Ba ba. And then a little motif there in the upper xylophone. It gets cut off and interrupted. Some doubling. It's interesting how we dance with the motifs there, because you get a little twinkle in it, but then it quickly gets cut off. It's almost as if to say we're not in the same place we used to be. Now we're in the star-crossed world rather than the Forgotten Land. Now things are a little bit more serious, a little bit more tense, and I like how the soprano there kind of holds as if we're entering into the new domain. You know. We're just listening to about 23 tracks, not the whole thing. Even there, just tossing the melody around. Dum cha dum chum. Yeah. I enjoyed that immensely, actually. I thought that was really lovely. This is... Okay. Meteoric Beast Battle Theme. That's... Oh my god, wow, thank you for... No! Thank you for so much for introducing me to that. That was the fastest 2 minutes of my life. I loved that track. That track was amazing. I really, I drank that in. That was terrific. I loved that. Lost in Alive Mall. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, I didn't really like that track. I felt like it just sort of meandered around a little bit. Hold on one second though. I want to see something. Alive, Kirby OST. Let me just listen to the. Where's the? Lost and Alive. Well, it's okay. We can come back to it. Yeah, it was okay. I think maybe just the loop. It was fine. Alive. Oh, Alive. Alive. Oh, okay. Wait. Ah. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean... Love that. I'm sorry. I much prefer that. Well, I think obviously they do occupy two different emotional spaces, which is why they're so different, right? This one felt much more broody, contemplative. This one's like a sunny day, a trip to Arrival versus Lost and Arrival. So clearly, like, the landscape changes. I think probably what ends up happening is ice and stars or whatever end up perforating the Forgotten Land space, and everything kind of morphs and flips on its head a little bit. So in that case, I like that we do the juxtaposition, but at the same time, there's something to be said for... That's like so pleasant, you know what I mean? Versus this, which is fine, just slower and more methodical. You hear how this has that like flare of danger in it? Like, it still has momentum and stuff, but so I don't want to discredit it, obviously, and I'm not discrediting it, but I find that that's less interesting to me than the original. Fallen Star Beach. Boom. I really liked that. Am I going to do a Final Fantasy 15 OST reaction? Well, I've played Final Fantasy 15 quite a lot, so I wouldn't expect it. But Salamapo, yeah, that one's really warm, isn't it? I really like that. Washed away at the cement summit, like it's so bright, so lovely, so inviting. I love that. Hey, Zachary. What an inviting piece. I absolutely that one and Meteor Showers or Meteoric Beast Battle are my two favorites so far. Just so elegant and just so warm. And it's interesting how we take Kirby's like identity in the space as this like lovable pink ball who, you know, looks after us, tends for us, whatever. And yeah, man, I after this I may go lay down and play Kirby in the Forgotten Land and rest my foot because I'm getting kind of excited. I really am enjoying Kirby in the Forgotten Land. It's the type of thing where I pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. Can never lock in all the time because I have so much on my plate at any given moment. But I love how sensitive that piece was more than anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a lot to say per se. It's just light. You know what I mean? There's a gentleness in it. It's like it's so like peaceful. Crossing Wondaria. This is new DLC, right, guys? Like this just came out recently. Ah, okay. Okay. Spinning Dream Parade. Ba-ba-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-dum. This is so interesting. Bow, 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 cha, boom, bow, cha, boom, boom, cha, boom, bow, 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 shot, boom, shot, shot. It's interesting to mix and match, old school with new school ideology and musical compositional styles. Yeah, I like that. I really like the constant propulsion in that piece. And it's almost like we're sort of morphing through different times and space. It's pretty cool. Frost Street Snow Park. Okay, we've heard that before. Hello, hello. Oh. That's cute. What a fun little shift. Hi, Hans. Hey, Pascara, how are you? This is an arrangement of the first track I heard? What? I did not catch that. Hold on, really? Oh yeah. Oh, well, I like how playful the harmonica or the accordion ends up sounding. So I actually prefer Frosty Stone Park. There's a warmth in it, and it kind of doubles between agitation and playfulness with the accordion specifically, which is really nice. Hold on, let me go back. Where is it? It's like Twinkle, 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 you know? But there's still tension and stuff, and then the accordion comes in totally. Yeah, so it balances out that dichotomy of stress and anxiety versus like playfulness and gentleness. Because you get harpsichord and like the doubling and stuff here with these bright sounds versus the beginning or with the here you get the chorus orchestra and sort of, I guess, the electric guitar. It's a little bit of a thicker texture. Yeah, it's nice. Twinkling Skating Rink. Pretty sure you missed my message from last stream. I most certainly did. I'm glad I found you. It's been really fun to be able to take time and think about things that are that's going on without overly exaggerated reactions. Oh, yeah, I know. I appreciate that. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I get pretty hyped up, but in general, I like to try to keep things as authentic as possible. When I get hyped, it's because there's like a natural joy in sharing and in expressing excitement with others. But like I try to keep things pretty level-headed. This is very thoughtful. Have I ever taken a listen at the Dark Deception? I don't know what that is. This one's more new. This next one has more northeast frost streetness. Okay. Freezing wind. Twinkling Skating Rink. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Alien. Yeah. There's the... Okay, so actually this is my favorite iteration of this. Listen how nice that French horn... Or the muted... I think it's a muted trumpet. Oh, we even get some saxophone? Nice. The key changing. Wait. No, not yet. It's kind of celebratory, isn't it? Love the guitar. Also the piano underneath supporting it. That's such a... Wait, I want to talk about that. Hold on. It's such a beautiful little gesture. Just a little bit of lower neighbor. Tito. Right here. Right here. So nice. Gosh, that's really pretty, isn't it? I'm not supposed to stop on these particular tracks because there's 5 tracks that I'm supposed to stop at. But I really like how body da body. But then so it flips because no, that's what they did earlier. Sorry, but what I really like is that we have the piano. So the piano is the melodic booing, and the trumpets over top end up just like such a just a great sustain into like the new musical phrase. But I love how the balance of the piano and the trumpet give way to this really sort of gentle sound, even though it feels motivated, right? But it doesn't feel oppressive. It's like very like, oh gosh, this may be a difficult day, but we can do it. You know, there's still, and obviously this is a trope that appears all over the place when it comes to video games, but there is this feeling of momentum in it that's quite nice, and galvanization. Yeah, that's fun. I still say that track number Lost. No, wait, which was it? It was Wishing Away at the Cement or no, I can't remember, but yeah. Okay. Wastes that count time. Huh. Oh, don't you love that? Wait, let's go back. Listen how, like, first of all, again, so we get a similar motif, but here there's more stress laden. This is more of a, it feels like a boss theme for sure, but there's also this sense of ba 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 bia, as if to say, like, as we descend down, there's like almost like a unveiling of a stripping off of the veil or something, and like this is like the true center of the stress, you know what I mean, or the danger. Yeah, we're not listening to the whole OST, just some selections from. What's the original song called? Let me just go back really quick. Yeah, I can't lie. I also prefer this arrangement. This arrangement's much more in your face. It's much more dangerous. I think it's sharper. This other one feels a little bit more, well, because of the metallic nature, it feels like there's almost like if you're fighting, I know this is a part of a desert level, but like, let's say you're fighting something in the new track that we listened to first, that to me gives a sound quality of like something with like I picture something with like a metal face, like there's an impurity in it, is almost has been converted or changed by something. So there's the metallic quality in it represents sort of like the decay or a transformation, whereas this feels much more this feels much more intense. You may have skipped a few. Oh, I skipped. Oh. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, I think I skipped a few. Hold on one second. Oh, no, I couldn't have. I can't possibly. Hold on. We listen to that. And then this one. We skipped this. I skipped this one. I skipped one on this playlist. Yes, Freezing Wind and Some Snowman. That's the one I skipped. Everything else I've played. Twinkling Skate. Yeah, that was the last one I listened to. Yeah, so I'm sorry. So now we just listened to track 12. And now this is track 11, Freezing Wind and Some Snowman. That's what I skipped. Yeah, that's what I skipped one on this playlist. So track 11. You know, this kind of feels like a remix of it feels like it feels like it's using some of the similar notes from is that that's what's that called? Oh god, that's the famous one. What is that? Chat. Oh god, I can't remember. Ooh, dum dum da. You know, I know that this soundtrack is more than just like happy peppy tracks, but I have to say those are the tracks that I'm like gravitating towards today, as where I am in the world today as a person. There's a real, I love the brightness in that particular track. That's definitely number 3 for me in terms of like tracks that I've loved from this listen through so far. It's like beautiful. One question: what do you mean when you say galvanize? So sometimes, depending on music, when we have rhythm, depending on the rhythm, depending on the melodic writing, we can kind of infer that our characters are doubling down. So galvanization, just for the sake of it, galvanization, I'll give you the proper galvanize. To galvanize is to subject to the action of an electric current, especially for the purpose of simulating psychologically galvanizing a muscle. So when we galvanize ourselves, we stand up and we sit, we sort of double down on something. We commit to a pursuit. You know what I mean? It's an electric, like, boom, I'm up, I'm ready to go. You know, there's a real, it's not just motivation. It's galvanization, which is more visceral, more explosive, more like I'm ready to get to work. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think when I say galvanize. Hello. I missed washed away at the cement summit. I did. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. Hey, hi, what's up? I did miss this. I'm so sorry. Doom, doom, da. Doom, doom, da. Doom, doom, doom. Shum, doom, doom. doom doom da. Doom doom da. Dum, dum, da, 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 da. Wow, what a nice mood in this track, especially. Again, I mean, this idea, there's like, it's like, how would we call it? We would call it like some sort of like a pre-calm. You know what I mean? There's like, it's like a calm navigating through a space. Like there's it's not a relaxed energy because there's still rhythm and stuff, but there's an ease about it. There's a gentleness, there's a lightness, maybe even like a subtle confidence as well. I like that piece. I like that piece a lot. That's probably my fourth favorite of the day. Okay, let's go Rally Raid Speedway. Yeah, it does have a little bit of the arpeggiation from Final Fantasy. Ooh, nice shift. It's so interesting. I didn't like this track at first, and now I really like it when it pivots, because it's interesting how we have two structures here. We have one structure, which is this, which is, you know, speedway. I think speed. I think danger. I think like forward momentum. I think a rival battle. I think of like a rival fight, whatever. And then it's like, oh wait, hold on now. Look how innocent I am. Look how playful I am. Look how gentle I am. Look how relaxed I am. I'm just having a good time, you know, here. Cause note the transition. Right? But it's not necessarily positive, right? And then we push back. That upper trumpet is crazy. Hey, Jam. Yeah, the copyright's not great for that, unfortunately, which really sucks because I'd like to listen to it. Also, there's a meter shift. Oh, that's why it works so well. There's also a meter shift. I couldn't tell you what the meter is, by the way. But what's up, Toady? But there is a meter shift here that's really fun. Hold on, check this out. It's almost like this is elegance, yeah. Just selections. We got about 10 more. I also appreciate how the trumpet goes up. Hold on, is there more? No. I also love how the trumpet goes up. As if to be like, I'm not going to let you stop me. You know what I mean? It's cool. Moonlight Canyon Labyrinth. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is my favorite track. Oh my god, I love this track. Are you kidding? Oh! Wow. With the timpani, just boom, boom. So improvised, too. Oh, it's cool too, you know, because that's a sick track. It's cool because there's a balance between the saxophones where there's a bit of not tension, but there's a bit of dance between the two of them, almost as if like two sides of the same coin, not opposed to each other, right? Within the same sphere because of the same instruments. But there is this degree of like kind of, I don't want to say, I guess like a playful battle. So it's fun because underneath we have the piano and other instruments with the snare and the drum set to sort of the drum kit to sort of support the saxophones. But the saxophones are really having a conversation. Sometimes they're talking over each other. Hi Jade, hi me. It's very cool. It's very cool. I really like this. Because no two. So the rhythm never stops. So there's always like a little bit of bubbling tension, but it's never so severe, you know. And then, see, such amazing mobility with the fingering there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's probably my favorite track. That's easily a 10 out of 10 for me. That's my favorite track from the soundtrack so far that we've heard in this selection. It's just awesome. And it feels like a conversation, but there's also this like twist where there's danger in it, but overall like there's a real sound of like kind of coming to an agreement or almost like a weird animosity within that sound. Like two sides of the same coin, totally separated but united at the same time. Like circumstance splits them. It's so interesting. Like the two saxophones, then the trumpet coming in, adding a little bit of danger and stress in it, and then the whole time we have that fantastic drum kit kind of rocking around and moving us. And overall, I just like, oh God, I just loved that. I loved that. It does something like you would hear it does sound like something you would hear in a coffee shop for sure. Maybe a little bit more intense for a coffee shop, but definitely like strikes a chord. I really enjoyed that. I think that's my favorite track for sure. All right. Crumbling Fiery Forbidden Lands. This is 15. Okay. Yep, don't. Love that. Ding dong. Da 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 da. Kind of surprised to hear this, to be honest. Definitely not what I was expecting. Very unexpected, very different. What? Ba-ba-da, ba-be-da, ba-be-da, ba-be-da. What? That's crazy. So it's like that's a never-ending evil, especially with the organ. But also, I think symphonic writing does such a great job of, I think in games specifically, classical writing, I think really does a great job of like indicating to the listener that like they have to pay attention. You know what I mean? Like it's cool, right? But it that deviates so hard from the rest of it. So that's a situation where the stakes are really high, higher than they were with the metal tracks, even though metal is a little bit more of an aggressive sound. But there's almost this nuanced evil that we hear in the writing of how do I describe that? Sorry. In the writing of something classically based or classically coded, especially with the organ. I mean, whenever you throw the organ in there, suddenly you're like, oh yeah, things are different. Things are not great. All right. Crystal Beast Pack Volcano Battle. 17, 18, 9, okay, 22. Wow. Oh, wait, that's amazing. So the way we start out is frenetic. The way we start out is a bunch of twirling rhythms, essentially like spiraling out of control. What I love about that is that it's almost like we get blindsided by the motif and the melodic writing that then comes in that I just stopped at. But like if you check it out again, just right around the 7-second mark here. So you have like 8 different things happening. So we're just getting kind of thrown into a frenzy there. So then we can say here, I'll stop 2 more times. When we sort of hone in on the motivic writing there, the melodic aspect, that's where we kind of zoom in and get tunnel vision. And I think that's where Kirby comes into play, and Kirby becomes the central focus of the theme, and that battle becomes the focal point. Because before then, it's actually, I think, about the Crystal Beast Pack Volcano Battle. So I find that very interesting. Dum shum dum dum shum dum dum shum dum. Yeah, and you hear how even though it's kind of intense, now all of a sudden it's bright and playful and silly, and there's a warmth in it. You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool is that we get like the twinkling, and it's almost like we unite our forces, our star forces, and it's almost like we're launching stars at our enemy or something. There's an inherent feeling of like, oh, I'm fine, shoo, 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 beep, boop, beep, bop, beep. Oh, it's no big deal, So even though it's scary, it's also light, with a little bit of that instrumentation over time. I like how we get accents of hits and danger. Bop, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, and that syncopated rhythm. That's where we feel tension throughout the piece, just because little things like that elevate the experience. So it's not just like the same thing over and over and over, but to give it a little bit of a break of like, oh, this is actually a point where we trip a little bit. Bump, beam, bump, beam, bump, beam. Because that's what syncopation, it's triplets, triplet. That's where we feel a little bit of like, whoa, a little off kilter, a little danger, a little fear, despite the fact that we have this ba, pa, ra, pi, ba, 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 beep, ba, ba, ba. It sounds cool. Hey, Razor. Ba-ba-bee, ba-bee, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Bum-bum-bum-ba-da. Yeah, it's cool. So when the vocals come in here, we kind of we zoom in a little bit, and that's when we sort of double down and we just focus up and really like pay attention. You hear the shift in rhythm slightly. Hold on, let me rewind. So the vocals lead it. So we get it in a couple different ways there. We get it, obviously the vocal and the I think viola or cello. I think cello kind of form together and they create that sort of like amped up feeling. But then also too, there's also this. I see your text. I don't know why it's not coming up on the screen. This rhythm too. Down. That's stupid. So, you know, that is wild. I want to listen. But there's definitely a coalescing there of like, again, a doubling down. This is when things really get dire and we have to bust out the ultimate. And that's why we get the bop, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop. Mind you, it's all in unison too. I really want to hear a real soprano do that because it's really good. That would actually be such a bitchin' thing to hear a real person do. I don't think this is a real person. I'm pretty sure this is a MIDI, but or a VST, because that's actually pretty freaking incredible. And again, that's hyper focus, which is really cool. I mean, what a sick. On the one hand, I kind of laughed because it's just absurd, but it's like it's so good. Hold on. Yeah, that's really cool. Have I heard of a game called Prototype? It's funny you should say that. I forget what day this week, but I'll be listening to the whole soundtrack. So yes, I have not heard it yet, but I will. All right, let's do. So this is the falling star. The falling star now pierces the Lagrange point. Sing of radiant Thea. Oh, I have it set for later today. Oh, I don't think I have the brain capacity to do that today. I'm gonna have to change it. There's no way I could do that today. I think I'll probably push it to next week. All right. I've heard this? Question mark? Oh, thanks, Tom. Yeah, so this is interesting to me because it essentially throws the whole kitchen sink at this situation. You know what I mean? It's like we have every possible instrument combination basically just throwing. I almost feel like the boss is just hurling planets at Kirby or something, and each of them is slightly some sort of a different instrumentation, because you have saxophone, trumpet, strings, organ, harpsichord. There's like like 12 different instruments, and it's all like in this sort of spherical sound where it feels like it none of it's like grabbable. And by that I mean you can't like, it's really hard to individually grab the instruments. So everything's kind of like happening at the same time. You know what I mean? And I think that's really interesting. But then all of that, we do suddenly get this glimmer of hope, which is Kirby's resilience and willingness to, sort of trudge along and survive this conflict. You know what I mean? It's very interesting how it feels like one big circle. As we listen to this, I'm just going to take off my boot because it's starting to hurt my foot. Yeah. Like right in here, we start to get twinkling and in this moment, it's almost like, okay, we have to rely on Kirby. Can Kirby do it? Can Kirby navigate this stress and this moment? Because this could break him. Did I hurt my foot? Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, I sprained / fractured my foot in the ultimate boomer move. I turned 38 last week and literally was walking too fast on the treadmill. I wear barefoot shoes because I have very huge feet, and so I like how they allow my toes to breathe and exist. And I fucked up my foot, so I hope it heals. I mean, me too. I'm also getting married on Friday, so that will be fun. Stupid. Ooh. Don't you love that? Don't you love that? The hits in that? Ooh, I love this. It feels like so. How did you sprain your foot on a bike, by the way? As you oh, thank you, Speed. As you appreciate it. As you navigate through this, suddenly there's a shift, and what we end up getting is this darkening of the sky. It's like the darkness spreads, right? You sprained your foot tripping over an instrument. I guess sprains are normal. Sprains are very common. What the fuck? Like I've never heard of anybody that's fractured or sprained their foot, but apparently the fifth metatarsal down there is a very common injury. The side of my foot is in agony. I'm taking a very strong NSAID just because I just need to be able to. I couldn't sleep tonight because my foot hurt so bad. At an angle, it's just, you know what I mean? Like the way that it droops on the side of the foot. It kills. So I've never had something like this happen before. So that's really bad timing. Thank you so much, Sabine, though. Appreciate it very much. So yeah, you also fractured your fifth metatarsal bone? Really? Right on the side? The middle side? Oh, I guess it's very common then, huh? You know, something else something else I've noticed in this, and this is a 10-minute track, so I'm not going to stop too many other times unless something really sticks out at me. The other thought that I have here with this whole thing that I've listened to now, this 17 tracks, is the vocals. And I kind of wonder if the vocals don't represent hope or some sort of like a purity when it comes to Kirby. You know what I mean? There's a I mean, I'm not going to say it's my favorite sound because it's not. Just I don't love that vocal quality. But there's the humanity in it is like it's like a bright spot in a dark place. You know what I mean? Like it's a shining beacon. It's almost like the bat signal. Yeah, that's interesting. Also, your stories are crazy. I can't believe you rolled on your... Damn. That's crazy, Kramen. Also, I can't believe you got into a car accident that totaled your car, but then you literally tripped over it. Bro, like that sucks, but I mean, God, that could have ended worse, I guess. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. You know what's funny is I didn't know this about things when they're broken or fractured or sprained or whatever, but like the first like 20-30 minutes after you've laid down for a really long time, your like foot, the bone part, well, I'll say my foot in this case, the foot just does not want to have any weight on it whatsoever. Which is really interesting. As an aside to Kirby here. Not many Kirby tracks use non-lyrical vocals to where people have identified which samples they use for these vocals. Oh, that's cool. They sometimes represent a certain grandeur. They absolutely can, yeah. Totally. What's really crazy about that is the chaos. So first of all, adding the male vocal there is also very interesting. But then also, bum be da dee dum. You have the in the piano, and then all of it is actually really, it compounds on itself, and so it's actually really hard to pinpoint or pin down what the sound, like what is actually happening musically there, because it's essentially just chaos. You know what I mean? It's like a stripping away of the veneer of put togetherness, you know? Yeah, I'd like to finish the game, yeah. It is interesting here. It is interesting in this case because it feels like we sort of are walking. We're kind of caught on our back foot, meaning that we are sort of cornered. And this is it's kind of interesting because it increases in size. Thank God for phase 2, because phase 2 is really interesting because it's all of a sudden like the sort of like protection is stripped back, and what we're left with is, you know, the true form, right? And it's interesting mixing the male and female vocals. There's also it doesn't feel like Kirby's actually doing all that well. You know, there's a danger in this that's just pervasive, and there's so many instruments just crazy. It's kind of chaotic, you know. See, and now that's when we turn around and we face front, and this is Kirby's music. You know what I mean? This is a double. So there's a double tempo. There's an intensity in that. Everything kind of shifts, and we go away from this whole thing being about the boss and being sort of oppressive and pressing down on us. Whereas now it's like, and we turn around and we fight back. But it's interesting though, because it ends with the upper note in the male voice there. It's almost as if to imply that things are not totally great. You know what I mean? Which is really interesting. It's like there's more to that. Twinkling star. Star showers. Twinkling star showers. You know what's interesting is that based on the lyrics, Meteor, look where you are. You traveled so far to get here. You sailed the galaxy wide to crash by our side. Sing us our future and twinkle away, little star. I bet you know some great secrets. Tell me all about the big jewel storm. One falls over there. One falls over. DB. Children of the meteor, they dance in accord. And it's cool because, and in a way, it's kind of funny because it feels very like shouted and declamatory and empowering and, like there's a real like, yeah, yes, there's a lot of enthusiasm in it, but also the way that the lyrics are in whatever language, I think it's Japanese, but Kirbanese, there's an impetus in the momentum of the rhythm. You know what I mean? Like there's a sharpness in it that's very spoken, and the vocals are. It's interesting. It's actually beautiful because the vocals are very front, like everything is really front facing. So the singing is very bright and it's very talkative and expressive. I like it. I like it a lot, and it's actually probably the best version of that. It's certainly, I like it. I like it a lot. It's. Boomer. Yeah, I mean that's a great little piece, isn't it? And this is an in-game character, so technically this is diegetic, I guess, huh? It's really nice. Let's listen to Howl Room. Just refresh, Toady. Nothing wrong on my end. That I love that. I love that. That was Secret Arena Howl Room. Yeah, that's going on my permanent playlist. I love that. That is now my favorite track of the day for sure. I loved that track. That was so much fun to listen to. It like a little bit of well, I don't know all the styles, but a little bit of trance, a little bit of EDM, a little bit of, you know, there's just a beautiful bright track that I really enjoyed immensely. Ultimate Extra Stars. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You know, it's kind of still very surprising to hear this kind of stuff out of Kirby. It's not really what I expect when I hear, you know, obviously an arena. It's cool, and I appreciate the sort of back and forth that we get throughout the track. It's just so kind of unexpected. But that wasn't my favorite piece. I'm not crazy. I'm like very choosy about what electric music I like and which electric guitar music I like and which I don't. But I love when the strings come in, and the piano was really working overtime there, especially with the just sort of all over the upper register and the keys, and I really like the the sort of improvisational nature of that, because you never quite know when something's going to turn around and bite you in the face. You know what I mean? Okay, eternally stirring Fulawa a song.
The Dream Discoveries Tour. The ultimate life form. 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 The ultimate life form.
Initiating 再起動します。
The ultimate life form. 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 The ultimate life form.
Thanks, Frost. Soon, this month for sure. Okay, that made me uncomfortable. And then here's the remix, or the remix of Two Planets Approach the Roche Limit. I'm listening to this, and first of all, I really love the front half, especially. But I find really curious about this is that this, in some ways, this is more tense than the original. Like it's so like explosively like taut. It is a little muffled, yeah. But so again, what's interesting to me here is that we have the with the stress of the organ coming in, and essentially like this is it's such an interesting sound, right? Because I think that sound is like a fight to the death kind of quality, which is really cool. Like this is like do or die, like just a moment of absolute bleakness. But again, I'm surprised. I am surprised. It's very cool. Oh. That part is my favorite part in Forgotten Land too. So in a way, this is the moment where we have heroicism come through, because it shifts. You know what I mean? We get more brass. There's a little bit more. Also, I do think there's some sort of muffled quality in this. I'm not sure why, but. Oh! The fading in and out is actually... Yeah, what an interesting piece. I definitely prefer the original, to be honest with you. I think it has a little bit more. Well, this had more bite, but I feel like the original. I don't the static thing. I'm not really crazy about, but it's clearly very intense, and it's most certainly not a real voice doing that. But it's it's one of those things where I think that would be really cool to hear in context. Out of context, it's like, okay, what's happening? In context, I think it would probably make a ton of sense. Overall, though, I thought the static use and the sort of fading in and out, it's almost like as if the world is imploding or something. Like there was a couple twists and turns there that are really cool. Almost as if like you're going in reverse or something. Man, really wants me. I really want to keep playing this game now. I'm in like World 2, I think. I was playing it at night, but you know what happens? At 38 years old, I fall asleep. Secret final song, Nishal's Unfinished Track. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at that walking bass. Oh man, what a joy. Nice. What? Oh, that's cool. No, no, no. More. No, what are you doing? No, no, no. No, why? Oh, that's bullshit. Oh god, I could have listened to like a 10-minute loop of that. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, that's so much fun. Hold on. Do-da-dee-da-dee-da. That's so much fun, dude. That's terrific. Okay, as soon as this is over, I'm gonna go play Kirby. Listen, thank you so much for putting this on my radar. Ikuria, thank you so much for sponsoring this stream. Essentially, it was really amazing to hear some tracks from this DLC, and I'm really eager to. God, I should go play this game because now I have no excuse. So thank you so much for sponsoring this, and thank you everybody who came to hang out. I really feel like this was a really fun primer for this, and it's fun. It's fun to compare and contrast tracks from when we remix or compare it, from previous games and how things change based on context or experiences and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. This was really fun. I hope you guys had a great time. Feel free to support the channel on patreon.com/MarcoMeatball. Definitely, I will be back tomorrow with the soundtrack for Nier. We're listening to all of Nier tomorrow morning. And yeah, I appreciate the support and vibing. And thank you, Tom, for that. Yeah, I'll see all of you later. I'm going to go rest my foot. Bye. Be well. Take care. Thank you again, Ikodia. Appreciate it. Take care.